For calls case people versus Stephen Hensel.
Ashley Lundy for the people.
Ron Pring on behalf. I posted the prosecution. I'll be brief.
Briefly.
Listen to what the judge said. Ron Brown Pring on behalf of Mr. Hensel, Your Honor. We had a sidebar conference. I'm asking the court to consider, since he's been in about 4 months now, a bond reduction. He needs to get out and get services.
I would only indicate, and we did have that the court, if counsel were able to structure something that would permit his release, but that release would have to include some type of treatment as well as the defendant following a medication protocol. Without that, I'm gonna not change his bond. What do you wish me to do in the case?
Your Honor, I'd like a 2-week adjournment.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned January. Who are you?
I just have his mother and I are Florida residents.
Are what?
Florida residents.
I'm sorry to hear that. No, go ahead.
And I've exhausted all means of trying to get this simple letter with 3 pages of papers with there's a storage unit a mile and a half down the road with all his belongings, stuff that has a code and a key in it. And we're going back to Florida. This could just be easily put inside his personal belongings so that when he gets released, he can have this easy when he gets out.
Why don't you talk to his attorney about that?
We don't have his client's consent.
I'm trying.
No consent from the client.
Yeah, all you want.
I've tried the front desk, I've tried the door, 8384, whatever it is, and it's just all.
R4. Go ahead.
Can I give it to you?
To who? Me?
To the officer right there.
Dear God.
I won't hear.
Do you care if that letter goes into your personal belongings, sir?
Not at all.
Not at all? Great. Will you give the public defender authority to take the letter and make sure that it gets to the jail and in your public property?
Yeah, and
Will you do that? Great. Fantastic. Problem solved.
can I address everything?
I told him what you told me in the lockup.
I'd like to just, I've been in here, I've looked at other cases, and it's 9 days people spend for this sort of charge. I had a pretty bad day, I'll admit that. Some of my behavior was not acceptable. I'll put that in front of everybody. It wasn't, I was walking on.
Well, I don't want you saying anything about the case.
But, well, I just want to make it clear. I've
Sir,
been.
Did you hear what I said?
I've been doing, I heard what you said, but I think it's
But you don't
unfair. I think I could be released. I've been in here for over 100
Sir,
days.
I don't have a problem. Listen to what I said. I don't have a problem releasing you as long as there is a structure regarding your treatment as well as a medication protocol that you agree to follow.
The medication protocol is what I'm contesting. I benefit from therapy. I've worked with a therapist. The whole issue is I lost healthcare back in May, and I was trying to get it back. I wasn't able to, and it's just a matter of getting insured and talking to a therapist. I don't think that there's a risk of me being out in public, and I think me being detained for over 100 days without only 1 hour out. I'm spending 23 hours of my day inside of a cell, and that's not conducive to me getting better. It's what's going to be this situation resolved.
So which part of what I said do you not understand?
I understood, but I disagree.
Okay. So noted. Thank you. Bond continued. Court, that's not the case of people versus Daniel Greenwood.
Morgan Chase on for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Greenwood, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Daniel Lowell Greenwood.
All right. What are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for a competency review hearing. We do not have received a report. And speaking with my client, he states that he has not been interviewed by the Forensic Center. They attempted to interview him virtually. However, there was some sort of audio or technical issue, so they need to reschedule that interview. So we're asking for an adjournment of the competency review hearing.
And just for the record, Your Honor, this is a case where we
had it set back in July. Back in July, when the competency evaluation was requested, an order was not submitted to the court. So I went ahead, we got that all.
That's against federal law.
In December, everything has been submitted to the CFP.
That's against federal law.
Everything
They
should
have to
be
dismiss.
as easy as pie, just as long as CFP takes care of getting it rescheduled.
So they had one. Did
Still
they,
against federal law, sir.
did
I'm a
they?
federal agent, I know.
Okay. I'm afraid to start talking again. Did they give him a new date for an interview?
No, Your Honor. The last interview that it was attempted virtually was last week, to my understanding. I do not know of the new interview date, but I will reach out to them to try to get confirmation of when it will be.
All right.
Starting a lawsuit. I'll call my lawyers in Chicago.
Set the review February 6, 2025.
Can I get a bond?
Thank you, Your
reduction, Can I get a bond reduction?
If you want to, counsel, if you want to submit a written motion.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I'm not going to entertain it today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll continue.
Yep. Okay. Go! Will you hand me my screen box? Now go freak.
Well, it does call the case People versus, is it Greasy or Cheatham?
Good morning, Your Honor. Maria Tells, Assistant County Attorney for the people. Yeah, this.
And good morning, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court. Rita Young, P44626, appearing on behalf of defendant number 1, Gracia Cheatham, who I believe is present in the courtroom.
Judge, they're out in the hallway out here. Sure.
Was there no contact lifted between the two of them? There's supposed to be a no contact between the two sisters or both defendants.
Okay,
And why were they out there together?
they were pretty far apart, Judge.
If I were, sorry, I'm your mother.
They were,
They were well aware, both of them, at least one of them was, because I was at the arraignment. It was very clear there's to be no contact. She was specifically asked, and I believe it was the other Miss Cheatham that I can double check. She was asked if that was going to be a problem, and the answer was no.
Where's the other?
She was also, in all fairness, reminded, and as I'm sure they both were, that they need to be at all court dates, and then they weren't. So unless that was lifted, and if it was, I apologize, but that is not my business.
I don't have that it was lifted. Does counsel know anything about that, Miss Young?
I do not, Your Honor. This is my first time hearing about a no contact condition.
So you're saying you did not think there was a no contact on your case?
Right. This is my first time hearing about a no contact condition, Your Honor.
Who is the other defendant?
That's a Destinu. Hope I'm pronouncing her
Got it.
name correctly. And she's represented by Mr. Killawall.
Right, we got that. I'm just looking. So, Miss, your name, ma'am?
Gracia.
She does not have a contact with the other Miss Cheatham.
There's no contact in her file.
There is a no contact, but it doesn't apply to Miss Cheatham. However, Mr. Killawall's client does have a no contact with this defendant. So she's not in violation. Your client is.
Judge,
I'm sorry, I would ask that a no contact be added in this Ms. Cheatham case as well. I'm not sure.
All right, Miss Young, you have anything to say to that?
Uh,
Your name.
I'm assuming, Your Honor, that Sorry, did you want me to stop for a minute?
No, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm assuming that the no contact is related to the allegations in the case. And so I would ask the court that if there's a no contact provision, that it simply pertain to not discussing the case between them.
You don't live at the same address, do you?
No.
Then I'm not clear why they would need to have contact at least while this is pending. So I will add no contact to Grisha's case, no contact with, is it Destine Cheatham?
Yes.
Very well, Your Honor.
You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
And when I say no contact, I mean no contact. That means that you're not to have phone calls, no social media, no contact of any type. You understand that?
Yes.
And also no contact through third parties. You understand that?
Yes.
What were we doing in your case?
Your Honor, I am requesting an in-person preliminary examination hearing, please.
It's all discovery complete.
No, I believe I am missing some photographic and media discovery, so I'd ask the prosecutor to produce that for the exam date.
Well, I'll give you an exam date once we have all discoveries complete, because you haven't even been able to go through it with your client. So where is that information?
Your Honor, I have received all paper discovery and Ms. Cheatham has received a copy of it, but referenced in the paper discovery is photographic and some media evidence. And I'm just requesting that be provided in whatever date the court deems is appropriate for us to come back for the adjourned probable cause conference is fine with me.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
First of all, Ms. Young, did you send your appearance to our office?
Yes, and you sent me the paper discovery.
Can you please send directly to me a request being very specific about the type of discovery you're requesting?
Okay, if you be so kind to put your full name in the chat after the hearing, I'd appreciate it, and I will do that.
No problem, I'll do that right now.
So I'll adjourn probable cause conference out to January 9th, 2025, 9 a.m. Court calls the case of Destine Cheatham.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mary Tanna, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of...
Morning, Rob Jacob on behalf of Destiny Cheatham. Destiny, would you state your name for the record?
Destiny Cheatham.
Judge, since you're adjourning the other matter to the 9th, can we also adjourn ours?
I will, however, she's in violation of her bond.
Judge, here's the thing. I'm not sure the mom was aware of that and my client wasn't aware of that. Mom brought both girls here. I talked to the mom. She will take one of the girls home and call somebody else to pick up the other girl if necessary. But I'm not sure my client was aware that there was no contact order.
Well, first of all, thanks to Mom for bringing them because they were not here last time and had to be picked up by fugitive team. So I do appreciate that. However, Ms. Cheatham was made aware. I was, as I stated, at the arraignment where she was specifically asked if there would be a problem with her not having contact with her sister by Magistrate Fink, if there was a reason that she needed to have contact with her sister. And the answer was no.
Judge, when I did see them out in the hallway, they were far apart. They were not discussing. It's just that.
Yeah, but they came, so that's part of the problem is, and I understand maybe what Mom's doing, but part of the problem is she knows she's not supposed to have contact.
Well, she will have no further contact with her sister, and Mom can get somebody to come and pick her up if the court would just give her one last chance.
Governor, if I may, the problem here isn't just this one situation. The problem is there have been very clear instructions by the magistrate and potentially the court on what to do, what's allowed and what is not. And the backup problem, the bigger problem is they also failed to appear after magistrate made it very clear that was not an option. Now, I'm quite frankly surprised they're not in custody, given the procedural history of this case, but here we are. I'm glad they're here. Hopefully we can get these cases moving. This involves distributing material that involves sexual acts committed by a minor. This is no joke. The court is somewhat because you had one of the other co-defendants.
Yeah.
And we had difficulties there as well. So I'm not sure why it's so difficult to show up and follow no contact provisions, but it seems to be a problem.
Judge, she's here today. She
Did
said
you
at the
post the
agreement,
bond?
pardon me?
Yes.
Okay, that's why she's out. She posted the bond, but then violated the bond. What is that?
Judge, they were in a cell together when they were being arraigned. Again, Judge, I'm just asking if the court would please consider, she understands now. If she did make a mistake, it was unintentional. She's just asking.
Well, hold on a moment. You live in Ann Arbor or Ipsy?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes,
Which one you live in, Ann Arbor or Ipsy?
Ann Arbor.
The other young lady lives in Ipsy, so why are they together? And the prohibition is on your client, Mr. Killalone.
Judge, I didn't know that at the arraignment. I wasn't at the arraignment, so I can't tell you why she didn't. All I'm at, she made a mistake. I'm asking the court. Pardon me?
My mom brought us together. I didn't.
Okay,
She had to
just,
take us.
you're not gonna get anywhere. She made a mistake, Judge. She will not make it. She'll go home
It's not a
separately.
mistake. She knows what the bond conditions are. Mr. Allen, who are you? Okay, what do you want to say?
I got bills trying to get them out. They will come back to work. I was unaware of all the no contact. She lived with.
Mom, I get you were, she wasn't.
Thought when she had got out on the personal bond, that they had said, yeah, but she wasn't aware at this time. She just got confused. No, they will not be with each other again.
Judge, there's no allegation that they were in a hallway talking about this. It was, and again, I don't mean to minimize what happened, but the mom picked the girls up. Again, it was a mistake on their part. They will have no contact. You can be assured of that. I just can't see putting this young lady in jail. She came to court today.
First of all, you can't see it. She didn't appear. So we had to issue a warrant. My understanding is they had to have a team go out, pick her up. She gets here, she gets her bond conditions, and then violates the bond conditions.
They were separated in the hallway, Judge. I can't explain why mom picked them up, but they were not together in the hallway. They were not conversing. They were not talking.
She should have let mom know she had that prohibition. I'm not blaming mom. Mom is doing what mom will do. I'm blaming her.
Judge, again, this is a very serious case.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why that condition is on there.
I understand.
And she violated it. Well, first, like I said, first of all, she doesn't appear. Then she violates it.
If defending this young lady would be much easier, her being out of jail. I'm asking the court to give this young lady one last chance, Judge. And whatever's going to happen, please hold over the violation till we do the exam.
Now, I think at this time, I'll reconsider it, but right now she's going back. Mom can get the other daughter home. I will reconsider exactly whether I'll leave her in there at noon today.
Thank you.
May I have a docket? I have a docket starting at noon, another block. I will reconsider it in that time. I'm not blaming you. I understand what you're saying. She knew she wasn't supposed to do that. And that's the problem I'm having. Okay? So I'm going to take all of that into consideration, take a close look at it, and then make a determination at noon as to whether or not I'm going to let her back out. Okay? Thank you. Recalls case, people versus Cheat.
Good afternoon, Rob Jekyll on behalf of the record.
Destiny Cheatham.
Good afternoon, I'm Rita.
All right.
Judge, I've had a chance to talk to this young lady. Her mom and dad are in courtroom. They still support their daughter. Mom did pay bondsman to get both her daughters out. The mom was unaware what happened, and we've been through that. This young lady is going to tell you she made a terrible mistake by being in the same car with her sister. Mom assures me Dad also that that will not happen for any future court hearing. We're asking you to, I believe Miss Young on the other daughter's case adjourned it 1 week. We're just asking for a 1 week adjournment.
Did I kick the other Cheatham case 1 week?
If you can give me a moment.
I believe it was January 9th.
Yeah, I don't think I kicked.
Oh, okay, January 9th.
Anything you want to say, young lady?
Yes, I wanted to say that I'm sorry. I did not come here knowing willingly that I was violating anything. My mom was unsure of everything. I was unsure that my sister was even in the car. If I would have known today, I would have had my mom give me bus fare or Uber fare, and then we would have went separately. I'm sorry. We don't stay in the same area or anything. There's no problem without being around her or not talking to her or anything. So it would not happen again.
My understanding, she lives with mom. Destiny lives with her mom in Ann Arbor, and the daughter, her sister lives in Ypsilanti.
No, I get that. I'm just, young lady, I'll tell you what I'm worried about. While I was thinking about it, what I'm worried about is the fact that you guys were gone for quite a bit of time on your cases. You come back, you get arraigned. Magistrate gives you a certain set of instructions for you to follow, and then you don't follow them.
I wasn't aware that my sister was in the car once again. And as far as me not being able to.
What do you mean? So how big is this car?
No, I'm saying I was picked up last. She was already in the car, I guess. I'm not sure. I haven't spoke to her or seen my sister. Like I said, if I would have knew my sister was in the car, I would have had Uber fare or a bus fare to get here separately.
Are you talking today?
Yes, today.
So when you got into your mother's car, you didn't see your sister?
Yes. But I'm saying I didn't know that she were going to be in the car. If I knew beforehand. Yeah, beforehand. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, what you're telling me doesn't make any sense. Or at least what Mr. Kilowald knew. Did you know you had that bond condition or not?
The bond condition? Yes, I would
They have no contact with your sister.
Yes.
Okay. So then your mom arrives, right?
Yes.
You see that your sister's in the car, right? And you get in the car.
But I knew I had to be seen today. I don't have no job, no money, no car, or nothing. If I would have known that if I was violating anything, I would have had a separate ride.
No, but you knew that you were. At the time that you get into the car, you know that you're violating. I mean, that's what I'm trying to understand. At one point, Mr. Kilowald is saying you don't know that bond condition, right?
Yes.
But now you're telling me you
That's
do
because
know.
when I was arrested, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but when I was arrested, they had us in the same holding tank. I didn't know that it was even still a violation or anything like that.
Judge, the family can assure you it won't happen again. Please just give this young lady one more chance.
We still don't get it.
Judge, I think
at the time you get to the car, do you or do you not know that you're not supposed to have contact?
No, I didn't know because when I was arrested, they had us in the same holding tank. So I wasn't sure if the violation was still, if it was still anything violated or whatever.
No contact.
Yeah, no contact.
Anything from the people. Okay, look. You know, how old are you?
25.
Do you work?
No.
She's looking for employment.
So what do you do all day?
I couldn't get anything until I looked for jobs.
Not my question.
What do you, can you tell me what anybody I do all day?
Sun comes up. What do you do every day?
I help my mom around the house. I have nieces and nephews that I help take care of. And then I look for jobs in my free time.
When's the last time you worked?
I worked last year, for probably a little bit before January. I was doing home health care.
Could we approach?
Yes, please. Young lady,
Yes,
you're 25.
yes.
Did you drop out in 8th grade? What happened?
Oh, I was took out because I was being bullied, and my mom knew every day, and my mom ended up taking me out. And I just never finished. That's also another thing that I wanted to say. I don't really know a lot of things or stuff like that. Like,
Judge, may we approach very briefly one more time, one last time? Please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Okay. Give me your honest answer. Did you want to be in school?
yes,
Have you tried to do anything in terms of like continuing your education or anything like that?
I wanted to, but I haven't. I've been more focused on a job.
You what?
I said I've been more focused on a job, but I wouldn't mind doing that.
So it's been like, what, almost 10 years since you've been in school?
Yes.
Sure. Young lady, what did you want to do with your life?
I want to be a nurse. That's what I'm doing. I want to be home healthcare. That's what I used to do before this warrant came involved, and I couldn't work there anymore.
So did you try to get back into school or
Yes.
what'd you do? What
It
happened?
was like, I'm not sure what program it was, but it was a program that they were supposed to send me out a computer, and I was supposed to go to, I think it was like Dorsey School. I was trying to go through there, but it never went through. My grandma ended up passing away in the between time, so it was just a lot going on, and I just lost track of it as far as this Dorsey School.
And then it just became easier not to do, right? Yeah. No, it's okay. I get it. So let me ask you this. If I made a condition of your bond that you had to get yourself in school, what would you do with that?
I would go and I would take it.
Would that be better than locking you up?
Yes.
Okay. You paid a surety bond, right? You did a bondsman, ma'am. Young lady, I want you in school. I don't know how these charges are going to work out and everything along those lines, but here's what I know. You probably already had a rough life.
Yes.
And the longer you go without getting an education, it's just going to get rougher. Have you thought about getting your GED?
Yes.
What happened? Is that another thing you just didn't do?
Yeah, after my grandma died, I lost it completely. Like, she was like the only person I had besides my parents. So it was just a mind thing.
When did your grandmother pass?
She passed away in, what was it? March.
Of this year?
Yes.
What would your grandma say if she knew that you weren't going to school?
Something that I can't say here, but she'll cuss me out.
I figured that. I didn't know your grandmother. I figured that might be the answer. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to get back in school.
Okay.
You're going to get something that's going to allow you to move in a certain direction.
Okay.
So, have you looked into the GED program at Washington Community College?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? You're going to.
Okay.
I want you to look into that program. Part of it's gonna be, mom hadn't paid a bond, then I probably would refund the bond to you to get you into school because I believe it's that important.
Yes.
So outside of helping your mom, and now you're gonna go to school, what else do you do during the day?
I help out with my nieces and nephews.
She was working. Now she had a job through, a home health care company. And, I saw this stuff came out.
All right. And with this pending, it's gonna be hard for you to get a job anyway, right?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Judge, would you consider reducing the bond modification to a lesser amount so maybe mom could get her money back and maybe help her daughter?
she won't get the money back from the bonds.
Oh, okay.
If, that's what I was saying, that if
Okay, I see what you're.
cash, if she had paid in cash, then I would reduce the bond, get back the cash to help pay for it, to offset her to pay for her education. But I can't do that the way this is at this point. We set her the other case for this, for the 9th.
Yes.
So I'm going to adjourn the probable cause in this case to January 9th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Here's what I'm going to do, young lady. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to find that there's been a violation of your bond.
Okay.
Okay. Now, most time what I do is I lock people up, I send them away. But here's what I'm going to do. You're going to have your own ticket. You're to get over to community corrections. I want you on the GPS location tracking. I want to know where you are. Got that? So you're going to have a GPS. You're to go up to Washington Community College. You're to get enrolled in their GED program. All right. You understand me? Now, what's going to happen is they're probably going to send you through some preliminary testing, depending on where you are. It depends on how that program is going to be set up for you.
Okay.
All right. Got that? Now, do you understand all your bond conditions?
Yes.
Judge, if the GPS is, I assume they're available, they'll be able to get her on today?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're ordering her to go to community corrections right now for GPS tether.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying if a tether's not available,
Why would we not have tethers?
with the way this case is going, I'm just trying to every contingency.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, if unicorns start flying around, we got a problem too, right?
Okay,
So I'm going to release you. You get over to community corrections, get yourself on a GPS tether.
Okay.
I'm signing that bond condition now, or I'm signing that order now for you to get that. I'm also indicating you to get yourself to Washington Community College, check into the GED program.
Okay.
Okay. I don't expect you, because they're probably not open, I don't expect you to go up today, but you sometime this week can get up there. And you can start today. You got a computer someplace or then you can check online
Yes.
about how to get yourself into it.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yeah.
I apologize, so we're sure that there aren't any violations. I want to make sure there's no condition that she not use the internet, because sometimes.
Oh, is there a condition that she
I
not?
just want to make sure.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
Given the nature of things, that's something we.
I don't have that one on here. Yeah, I don't have that one. You know an Antoinette Evans?
Yes, I know of her.
You know you're not supposed to contact with her. You understand that?
Yes.
Or Beverly McCoy or Sierra McCoy.
Yes.
You know that.
Yeah.
And also
Yes.
the other Miss Cheatham. You got that?
Yes.
Let her go. I'll let you go.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what. Don't thank me. I appreciate your thank you. But the way that you can really thank me,
In
to
school.
get over to school, get yourself in school. Just figure out young lady in life what you could really do.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Thanks, Judge.
Is that it? That's everything? My whole day's ended? Oh,
Try to finish those done.
yes.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're gonna start bringing people in person. People gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.